They thought they could shut her down. They wanted her to fail. One last shot at the Commissioner's Cup, and the New York Liberty were ready to do whatever it took to make sure Caitlin Clark didn't get it. This was supposed to be the moment she broke. The Liberty were undefeated. The defending champs, loaded with stars. Sabrina Ionescu, Breanna Stewart, a team built to dominate. But behind all the hype, they were scared. Because Caitlin Clark had just walked back onto that court, and they knew what was coming. From the moment the ball tipped off, you could feel the tension. Sabrina hit the first shot. Crowd exploded. But then, Caitlin answered. Dribble, stop, splash. Her first three. Rebound? She got that too. Pass? A no-look dime that split the defense in half. Assist? Easy. On a backdoor cut so sharp it left Stewart frozen. That was just the first few minutes. And trust me, this wasn't going to be just another game. This was the start of something unreal. Caitlin wasn't here to play it safe. She came back with fire in her eyes. Every move she made looked like it was pulled straight from a highlight reel no one's seen before. Her court vision? Insane. She made a pass that looked physically impossible, like she bent the geometry of the court itself. At that moment, New York knew they had a problem, a massive one. You could literally see the panic set in. They didn't know how to stop her, so they changed everything. Breanna Stewart, one of the league's best forwards, was now chasing guards around, trying to force turnovers, desperate to shift the tempo. Indiana trails, and Stephanie White pulls Caitlin out. She must be a secret agent or something. Who benches the best player on a day like this? This is the final. We have to win today to reach the Commissioner's Cup. But Stephanie White? She's too busy sticking to her useless minutes restriction strategy, and the moment Caitlin hits the bench, Indiana falls apart. Too many turnovers, no rhythm, no vision, just brainless basketball. Reckless vertical passes, no system, no structure. Caitlin protests from the bench. She's frustrated. This is silly, she says. I told you, I don't want to come back unless I'm full go. Finally, she returns. The Fever are down 9. But when Caitlin's back, so is hope. Now the real game begins. Caitlin Clark is unstoppable. Boom, another 3 for Indiana. Breanna Stewart is in disbelief. The Liberty bench? Shaken. New York's head coach senses danger. They try to trap her with heavy pressure defense, but nothing works. They throw Dantas on her. She can't handle it. Is the game already over? Because Caitlin Clark is about to do the impossible. She steps back. First triple from 31 feet, and the arena explodes. Liberty respond with a 3, but look at Caitlin Clark saying, just give me the ball. She takes off. Another triple from 34 feet. The opponents can't keep up. And Caitlin, she's just getting started. Double team at the logo. A third triple in 30 seconds. Caitlin Clark just did the unthinkable. A tie game. Made by one player, 3 threes, 30-plus feet, all in 30 seconds. Caitlin Clark shows her true face, and the WNBA is terrified. They're not ready for what's coming. Because Caitlin's just warming up, Breanna Stewart loses her composure. Another double team. Caitlin Clark has forced the Liberty to change everything. Now it's Breanna herself, the top veteran in the world, trying to shut her down. They trap the ball, trying to force tough passes and close her shooting angles. But Caitlin, she doesn't hesitate. Even Breanna gets left behind. Caitlin pulls up for another 3. No good. Stewart scores the final points of the quarter, but what Caitlin does next will leave everyone in shock. Caitlin's exhausted, 2 weeks off from basketball, but the decision is made. She returns to bring Indiana Fever back. She's a big game player. She checks in during the second quarter, opens with a 3. Indiana takes the lead. For the first time today, Sabrina responds, but Caitlin fires back with a slick assist. She attacks again, and the Liberty? They're terrified. Again. They still can't figure her out. No answers, no solutions. Caitlin hits the bench again. Indiana starts to slip, so she's back. No time to rest. Breanna cuts the lead, and now it's face-to-face again. Caitlin versus Stewart. Caitlin knocks down a 3 and tells Stewie, nothing's stopping me today. Liberty panics. They throw their tallest player on her. The center. Still doesn't work. Caitlin keeps dropping 3s. They shadow her everywhere. But she uses that elite basketball IQ, looks one way, passes the other. Boom. Triple from Sophie. Breanna scores. But before she even breathes, Caitlin delivers another assist. She's locked in. She's leading. She's demanding more focus. If we win today, we're in the Commissioner's Cup final. We have to win today. Even the referees, they can't stop her. Caitlin is playing the best game of her WNBA career. Sabrina comes back, hits the first free throw, Then the second. Sophie holds the ball, looking for Caitlin Clark. But it's not just Liberty guarding her now. The entire city of New York is trying to stop Caitlin Clark. But what Caitlin does next will stun everyone. What I love about the Liberty, they're usually one of the cleanest teams in the league. But now, they've turned into the World Wrestling Federation. A little dirty, a little Mike Tyson. Brianna ties the game. But Caitlin Clark, she's scoring like she's playing against amateurs. She's back again. A genius pass. Lexi Hull drains the three. Caitlin left the Liberty defense in pieces, used her eagle eye, then nailed another three. She's hitting threes more precise than Angel Reese's layups. This is the best half of her entire career. New York starts the third like Mike Tyson, swinging hard. They reclaim the lead, but Caitlin Clark, she starts the comeback, charges straight into a triple team. No problem. Another assist. Elite court vision, and Indiana Fever are back on top. Look at her awareness, the speed, the decisions. Now the storm is building. Has the Mike Tyson defense returned? No problem. Caitlin delivers another assist. The connection with Aaliyah Boston is back and dangerous. Caitlin attacks again. Another foul. They're trying to stop her by any means necessary. Watch how she reads the floor. She points, directs Kelsey Mitchell to the gap. Oh, boom. Another three. Then Caitlin drives and sends the defender into the abyss. It's a 14-0 run for Indiana. Stewie stops the bleeding. Barely. With one free throw, but Caitlin comes right back and drills another three. Like it's easier than a free throw. The crowd is stunned. They can't believe what they're watching. Caitlin Clark is doing the impossible. And Brianna Stewart, she has no answer right now. 30 points for Caitlin so far. 7 threes and counting. Look at her. Floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. And she's still demanding more from her teammates. The battle rages on. Caitlin takes the defender on a tour of the city. Defender gets lost, can't find her way back. And Caitlin, still scoring. A fresh batch of defenders checks in. No use. The Liberty are crumbling. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to dominate the WNBA, one game away from the Commissioner's Cup. Right after that performance, when the world was still catching its breath, a new headline dropped. And it shook the entire basketball world. Caitlin Clark didn't just dominate on the court, she destroyed a global giant off it. Because Caitlin Clark just went off on Nike after signing a shocking brand new deal with Wilson. Yes, Wilson. A signature series, her own line, her own rules.
So lads, Caitlin Clark needs to find a way to buy herself out of this Nike contract. She needs to find a way of doing it because it is getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous.
Caitlin Clark just did what no other player, not even in their wildest hoop dreams, would dare to pull off. While Michael Jordan built Nike into a global empire, Caitlin, she ghosted them. No heads up, no goodbye, just gone. And now, Adidas has entered the chat with a deal so massive it's shaking the sneaker world to its core. But how did we get here? And why on earth would Nike let the future GOAT just walk away? Let's break this down. Caitlin Clark wasn't just another Nike athlete. She was supposed to be the one. Back in 2024, she signed a jaw-dropping deal. 8 years, $28 million. This was meant to be her Jordan moment, the kind of deal where you expect custom shoes, huge campaigns, billboards in Times Square. But what did she get instead? Silence. No shoe, no rollout, no hype. Just one lazy promise from Nike. It's in development. Weeks passed, then months, and still, nothing. For someone breaking records and lighting up arenas night after night, a signature shoe isn't a bonus. It's the bare minimum. That's the line between being a face on the poster and being the poster. But Nike? They stayed quiet. No updates, no energy, no respect. And fans started asking the obvious. How is the most watched female athlete on the planet still waiting for her own sneaker? That's when the cracks started to show. Suddenly, insider leaks started hitting the internet. Analysts, they weren't holding back. They called it one of Nike's biggest fumbles in years. And now, everything started to make sense. But just when you thought it couldn't get messier, boom. A former Nike employee, 15 years deep in the women's division, drops a bombshell, and it explodes online. In his viral takedown, he doesn't hold back. He straight up says Nike's treatment of Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest corporate fails in sports history. Then he drops the numbers. Nike's stock, down nearly 60% since 2021. Exec bonuses, gone. The brand heat, fading, fast. And in the middle of this identity crisis, this total collapse of their grip on culture, they had Caitlin Clark, the hottest name in sports, the savior they desperately needed. And what did they do? They left her sitting on the bench.
You two different charts here. One, your stock price since 2021. It is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this.
And then the video took a darker turn. The former Nike insider, he hinted at something deeper, much deeper. He didn't just call it a fumble, he called it bias.
Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There is one who only rivals Caitlin Clark, and that is Angel Reese, and you do not have her. She is over at Reebok. I am so confused as to how you would be so invested in the WNBA for several years, and you have been doing great work to try to elevate and uplift that league and many of the athletes there. But this seems like you have convinced yourself that this needs to be an either-or conversation. And we never have an either-or conversation in the men's sports. You have like 10 signature athletes. Half of them don't deserve a signature shoe. And we figure out a way to market them. LeBron James showed up as the chosen one, and you have the chosen one. He got all of the marketing, and yet you still were able to figure out how to market Kobe as well.
And then there's Wilson. No, not Asia. Wilson, it's Wilson. Sporting Goods. The basketball brand that actually gets it while Nike was busy scrambling their PR emails. Wilson was building legacy. They didn't just drop a product. They came up with a whole freaking signature collection.
When you strip away the noise and the bright lights, it's just the game you loved as a kid.
Chance of defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep 3.
Feet on the hardwood, basketball in hand, guiding you, inspiring you, working on the player you dream to be. Because the ball will always bring you back to your favorite place. Calm, focused, and confident. To the place all roads lead, the game of basketball.
Meanwhile, Nike had the crown jewel of women's basketball right in their lap. And still, they dropped the ball. There's no official word that Caitlin Clark has left Nike yet, but the rumors, they're getting loud, real loud, because insiders say Adidas didn't wait around. They saw the gap, they made their move, and they didn't just show up with a contract. Nope, they came with a blueprint, a full package, signature shoe, complete product line, global rollout, social media domination. We're talking holographic sneaker drops, interactive labs for kids, viral TikToks, Times Square takeovers, maybe even a drone show. If they're feeling spicy, basically, Adidas is treating Caitlin Clark like what she actually is, the future. And Nike? Still stuck in a group chat trying to agree on a font. But this goes way deeper than just sneakers and deals. Because if there is bias, whether it's gender, race, or market politics, then this isn't just a marketing fail. This is a systemic collapse. And now, the whole world is watching it unfold.